to you from the Sanlam Auditorium inside the Northwest University out in Potchefstroom. Welcome to the Art Bulletin, and thank you so very much for staying with us. The diverse and dynamic Baxter Dance Festival is now in its 9th year and is the premier dance platform in the Western Cape. 52 productions will take to the stage between Thursday the 3rd of October and the 12th.
Dance lovers are in for a treat this year when the annual Baxter Dance Festival kicks off with a jam-packed lineup of the mother city's top dance talents and performers. The festival is widely regarded as Cape Town's premier dance platform. Since its inception, over 300 local choreographers have presented their work in the festival, featuring over 1,000 dancers from about 150 studios, dance schools, project and professional companies from all over the Western Cape, presenting a wide variety of dance styles and genres, including contemporary, classical, African, modern and Spanish.
Singing sensation Zahara has finally released her sophomore album, which includes her tribute track to the great Nelson Mandela. The singer and guitarist will take the recording around the country as she gives 11 performances in 11 cities.
Pendula, I wrote Pendula because if you check my first album, Loliwe, it was all about my life story from the track 1 to track 12. It was about where I come from, where I want to go, what I want to achieve. But this one, I thought, since I've introduced myself and my life is where it's at right now, how about I do an album that Africans will feel being part of this album? And Pendula is a prayer for Africa. I've been traveling to Africa with the Loliwe album, and I've seen what's been happening outside there. Poverty, the hatred and violence. So Pendula is simply, it's my prayer to God, say Pendula.
Banking giant Absa is embarking on its most provocative campaign to promote the 29th edition of its Absa L'Atelier art competition, a series of acrylic paints that use actual blood, sweat and tears of 3 renowned artists, Diane Victor, Bambos Villa and Willem Boschop, will be used in the campaign.
We've developed 3 acrylic paints: red representing blood, yellow for sweat and blue for tears. And we've taken previous winners or entrants of the Absa L'Atelier and used their DNA in making these paints. So we've used the blood of Willem Boschop, we've used the sweat of Diane Victor, and we've used the tears of Bambos Villa and incorporated these into the paints. It was a campaign that was put together by the Jupiter Drawing Room in Johannesburg, working with ourselves as Absa in conceiving this. And our aim through it is to really encourage young artists to make them aware of the Absa L'Atelier art competition.
Future hair and beauty trends will bring the Southgate Mall to life next month. This as the Ethnic Hair and Beauty Show takes place for 3 days in the south of Johannesburg. The Ethnic Hair and Beauty Show is now in its 4th year and is the largest ethnic hair and beauty festival on the continent. The expo-like gathering is expecting 5,000 visitors between the 26th and 28th of October at the Southgate Mall in Johannesburg. Among the activities scheduled to take place at the show, the Miss Ethnic Hair pageant, educational workshops, product demos, live entertainment and so much more. Exhibitors and participants who include international and local suppliers use the fair to sell their products, network and maintain public relations, among other things. Peter Hugo's latest exhibition confronts issues of race and injustice in his homeland. Titled Kin, the exhibition is on at the Yosemite Gallery in New York until the 19th of October.
Kin is Peter Hugo's personal exploration of South Africa through landscapes, portraits and still life photography. He describes the Kin project as an engagement with the failure of the South African colonial experiment and his sense of being colonial driftwood. He says South Africa is such a fractured, schizophrenic, wounded and problematic place. Hugo's series Kin confronts complex issues of colonization, racial diversity and economic disparity in South Africa. These subjects are common to the artist's past projects in Nigeria, Ghana, Liberia and Botswana. However, this time Hugo's attention is focused on his conflicted relationship with the people and environs closest to home. Kin, which was created over the past 8 years, closes at the Yosemite Gallery in New York on the 19th of October.
Renowned Ghanaian poet Kofi Awuno is dead. Awuno, who was due to appear at the Story Mojahe Literary Festival, was among the 62 people confirmed dead after an attack at the Westgate Shopping Mall in Nairobi, Kenya.
Awuno died with his nephew Kwame Dawes, another renowned poet. The pair were due to attend the Story Moya Hay Festival, an event put together to celebrate writing and storytelling in Nairobi. Reports say organizers and members of Nairobi's literary community, as well as Occupy Nairobi poets, came together on the festival site and paid a glowing tribute to the poet. Awuno, who was 78, died as a result of injuries he sustained during the attack. He was born in Ghana in 1935, and after his first book of poems in 1964, he went on to publish several books of poems, including The House by Sea, which chronicled his times in detention in Ghana on death row in the 1970s. He's often best known for his novel This Earth, My Brother.
Organizers of the 17th Poetry Africa International Poetry Festival have announced the lineup for this year's event. Participants include Neo Muyanga of Black Sunshine and Pritam Ghoshal from India.
We have over 23 poets from all over the world, special focus on African and South African poets. They will be presenting their poetry in 20-minute sets at the Elizabeth Snedden Theatre at UKZN every night. During the day, each of the poets is going to be visiting schools in order to talk about reading and writing, and as well as performance poetry. They will also be going to community centres throughout the city and in other far more outlying parts of the city, where they're going to be sort of participating in poetry workshops, performing their poetry.
Ghost Nowhere is a new original work that focuses on the commonly neglected art of radio broadcasting. The production kicks off on the 1st of October, which is a Tuesday, and concludes on the 12th at the Wits Theatre.
The world we present in Ghost Nowhere is the behind the scenes of the radio world, or at least what we have conceived to be a potential world behind the scenes, as well as the world presented to the listeners, the audible world.
For us, radio has this power. I mean, before TV, there was only radio, and there were all sorts of characters in radio shows, like the Goon Show that they had in Britain, that I know was also broadcast here. And then now our radio is all sort of basic informative stuff and a couple of strange adverts, and we just don't get excited about radio. So that's why we wanted to focus on that.
From the Sanlam Auditorium inside the Northwest University out in Potchefstroom, that's how we come to the end of today's Art Bulletin. Do remember that your artistic thoughts and suggestions are always welcome. Do email them to theartbulletin@sabc.co.za. You can also like our Facebook page or follow us on Twitter. Until next weekend, it's a goodbye from us.